Today we're going to read Nurse Nancy. This book came with Band-Aids, which were new on the market when it was written a long time ago. Nancy liked to play with dolls. She liked to play mother, she liked to play teacher, and best of all, she liked to play nurse. She had a fine doll hospital, complete with Band-Aid plastic strips, spots, and patches, and hard candy pills. But she had no one to play with her. Her brothers called Nurse Nancy as they raced past her door, but they never had time to stop and play. They were always too busy with big boy games. Mother stopped in at the hospital sometimes. "Nurse Nancy," she said when she came one day, "now that my hurt finger is almost well, this big bandage is in my way. Can you help me?" "I have just the thing," said Nurse Nancy. Down from the shelf she took a brand new box, and she put on Mother's finger in place of the big bandage a brand new small pink plastic strip. "There," she said. "Thank you," said Mother. "That's just fine. Now I'm going to hurry to the grocery store. Can you look after the house for a few minutes?" "Yes, I can," said Nancy proudly. Nancy was walking back to the doll hospital when she heard a great commotion out in the backyard. It didn't sound like just a lively baseball game. It sounded like trouble, and it was. The boy's ball had hit a bee's nest, and angry bees were pouring out. "Look out!" Tom shouted. "Here they come!" And the three boys came racing towards the house with the angry bees close behind. Nancy ran and held the door open while the boys came piling in. Then she slammed it shut on the bees. "We're safe now," Dan panted, leaning back against the door. But Tom was not safe. He had fallen. "Ow, ow, ow, ow," he shouted now, for his leg was bleeding from a small, nasty cut. "Oh, no," said Billy. "What shall we do?" But Nancy was a nurse, so Nancy knew. First she took a good look at the wound. She got a clean cloth and a towel from the drawer. She dampened and soaped the towel. "Go and lie down, patient," she said. Tom did, and she propped a pillow under his leg with a clean towel over the top. Then she washed that cut off carefully. "It's clean now," Nancy said. The damp cloth was nice and cool against the burning sting. Soon the hurt had stopped. "How do you feel now?" Nancy asked. "Much better," said Tom, and he tried to smile. But when he looked at the ugly cut, he could not quite manage a smile. "I can fix that," said Nancy, so she opened her supply box and took out a shiny pink plastic strip. She covered up the cut with that. That brand new plastic strip looked so fresh and fine that even Tom could smile at that. When Mother came home, the boys told her all about the cut and the Nurse Nancy's good care while they had their lunch. "I'm proud of you, dear," said Mother, and she gave Nancy a special hug and an extra cookie, too. After lunch, the boys hung around instead of hurrying back out to play. "What do you say we play ambulance?" Billy suggested. "Fine," said Nancy, so they fixed up the wagon for an ambulance. Just then, ding-ling-ling, came a telephone ring. Nurse Nancy answered. "Hospital," she said. "There's been an accident," she heard a voice call. "Down at the big tree." They all looked down there, just in time to see Billy flopping down, moaning big, fine moans. "I'll drive the ambulance," Tom cried. "I'll be the doctor," cried Dan. Then away they raced. Tom pulled the ambulance. Dr. Dan raced beside him with his doctor bag, and Nurse Nancy proudly rode. When they reached the accident, Nurse Nancy put one plastic spot on Billy for first aid. Then the doctor and the ambulance man lifted him onto the ambulance, and back to the hospital they went. Billy had such a good time playing sick with pink and green candy pills. The others could hardly wait for their turn. The telephone kept ringing with ambulance calls. Patients kept coming to the hospital wanting brand new plastic strips, spots, and patches. Nurse Nancy was so busy she could scarcely think. "Well," she said when supper time came to end her busy day, "I'm certainly glad I'm a nurse."